The situation in Madagascar changing by hour in as we speak. Now there are so many unanswered questions. The whereabouts of the president. Is this a coup? Is this constitutional or unconstitutional? Is the Gen Z satisfied with the change, the military taking power? There are a lot of questions than answers, but we try to answer some of them. Now, as we speak, the president of Madagascar, or can we say the ex-president of Madagascar, has fled the country. That was on late afternoon Sunday, reportedly evacuated by the French military helicopter or French military airplane, and he is somewhere in a safe space, and that's not clear. He tried to address the nation from that safe space. Also, the safe space is again speculated. Maybe he's in France or in Dubai, where he actually possesses some kind of, villas and apartments there. Well, again, there is nothing sure. Now, the military has taken also, as we speak, has taken power. And in Parliament, they have gathered where there are 163 seats, parliament seats. Out of that, the majority, 130 of them, have voted for the impeachment of President Andrei Rajoelina. So this means now, of course, it's not a final decision, but according to the opposition leader, that this decision might be as well endorsed by the High Court of Madagascar. They have no option except to accept it. That's what he kind of sounded, at least. So that's where also now the Gen Z protest is heading, to the High Court Constitution in the capital of Madagascar, Antananarivo. Now, this military, it's not the whole military that's actually supporting the Gen Z, but the main, like it's kind of an elite military unit, which is the CAPSAT unit, is the one that joined the Gen Z protest, and they said they don't anymore show any they will not obey to the government, and in fact they told also the military not to even shout or respond to the protest, and in fact to support the protest. So that's when actually the president has decided to flee the country, because the military is now supporting the protest. Well, it's also, to be fair, the president has this protest supposedly started with the request of following a power outage and lack of other services that the government should have put in place. And since September 25, this has been going on. So finally, it was on Sunday that the government has exited the country or fled the country, and the people are happy. Well, is this a coup? That's a question. It's a very confusing situation. It's a coup or not a coup as well. Is it constitutional? Well, the government has, before he fled the country, President Rajoelina has dissolved his parliament, and also he has appointed a new prime minister, but they seem to not to care about this, because as they have sat down today and voted for the impeachment of the president. So it's constitutional what they have done, but at the same time, if we take and give it a value or credit what the exiled president now has done, dissolving the government, then it's also unconstitutional, but they don't seem to care about that. Now, the reasons again for the impeachments that are stated in the parliament are lack of services, state embezzlement, actually meaning abuse of state funds, and also other a number of reasons that the government has promised but failed to fulfill the need of the people. Now, you may ask that when did he come to power? The thing is that the same way you came to power is the same way that you are going to go down. So this works also for the government of Madagascar, because it was 16 years ago in 2009 that he came to power with the support of the same elite military unit, which is the CAPSAT military unit. So now it is the same, again, the same military unit who is, dragging him down or taking him out of power. Now, who will be the president is the next question that's not answered, because normally it should have been the president of the Senate, but now according to the opposition leader, they don't know. But then just few minutes before I came to live, I just read that the excuse me, the opposition leader said that he gave his blessing to the leader or to the head of this elite military unit known as CAPSAT. It's a French acronym. I'm going to tell you a little about that as well. Now, the question of also, is the Gen Z now happy? Is it what they want? Well, the thing with the Gen Z is that you don't see most of the time, even also this, we have seen it in Kenya with when like 6 months ago, when I think, if I'm not mistaken, was it back in June, maybe less than 6 months, there was no organization or a centralized unit or leadership of this Gen Z protest. Like everybody organizes everywhere, like their local groups, and they come. It happens mainly on the social media. So it gets so much power, and by the time it comes, okay, there needs to be a representation from there to talk with the government, then it becomes a problem, because there is no centralized leadership and everybody wants to be a leader. Now, not only that, also now this Gen Z in Madagascar, what it lacks is there is no list of things that they want. I mean, they don't even answer what next. Okay, what next now after the president is evacuated? They're just happy to the simple fact that he is evacuated, that he has left office. So now what? Are you happy? Is the military has taken power? Well, some reporters have tried to talk to them, and they said this was, I think I listened to it from Al Jazeera's reporting, and they are like simply saying, we're just happy that he left the office. No, I mean, this can be also a hijack of power by the military. So again, the same thing will happen if the military is not fulfilling the areas that what now supposedly the exiled president has failed. Then what are you going to do? Are you going to go on the street and protest against the military? That will be impossible, actually, because power is really within, I mean, literally speaking as well. So, and they might respond with shooting to your protest. So this is where it becomes really problematic, lacking the objectives and the goal of this protest. And as well, what next? Who do you want to be a president? Do you have a leader in this protest, or are you supporting a certain political party? All these are not answered by these groups or the young protesters in Madagascar. Okay, now you may ask, who is Andrei Rajoelina, the one who is evacuated or the exiled president? He came to power, as I said, 16 years ago in 2009, helped by the Kapsat elite military unit, and the same Kapsat military unit is now taking him down. Where is the president? There are two speculations. One is France and the other is Dubai, as he possesses some residential places there. Now, why the Kapsat unit, military unit, is so influential? Now, that is the part I would like to share with you. So I'm going to read some kind of article. I always like to share with you what I am reading or watching, so that you know exactly my sources. This is an article that I have come across. So now, so what makes Kapsat so important? Although Kapsat is not a frontline combat unit, it controls important aspects of the army, including personnel management, administrative support, logistics, and technical services. Now, it's led by influential elites from the Gendarmerie Group. It's a French name, and has close links to influential and business elites in the country. A lot of them are not pro-Rajoelina right now. In the last 3 or 4 years, they have become increasingly suspicious of President Rajoelina and questioned whether their interests align. This is according to one researcher. Now, analysts believe that the power of the army makes it one of the best organized institutions in Madagascar, with the power to intervene in a political crisis. Okay. Now, I want to read also a part where now, is history repeating itself? Yes, and that is really very dangerous. Look, as I said, Rajoelina came in 2009 with the help of Kapsat. Now, at that time, when he came to power, actually, he was the youngest president. He was 35 years old, and he was the mayor of the capital city, Antananarivo. And he was actually the youngest head of government in the world by the time he came to power. Now, look, an analyst said, quote, because of the influence, the history and legitimacy that Kapsat has, it means that as much as Rajoelina has leverage and control of other units, the balance of power is not in his favor right now. As we talk about, by the time he came to power, his predecessor was 75 years old. His name was Mark Ravalomanana, and he was not overthrown by a violent military coup, but just simply he lost control of the security apparatus in the military. So now, although Rajoelina, I think, having a fear of this, tried to put his loyalties in other units of the armed forces, not only just to Kapsat, to prevent a repetition of history. So Kapsat now remains independent of his influence, posing a significant threat to his rule. So perhaps that is what might have led this protest. Perhaps somewhere it is the Kapsat that has started this Gen Z protest and then joining it when it finds it convenient to join. So this might all be a whole drama, performed by the Kapsat military unit itself. So the danger of it is that this, there is no guarantee that this might not repeat itself again. But if it is the military now taking power, then that's it. That is the end of it. We don't know also when they will pass. The power to the one who is constitutionally elected. But again, I don't want to be a hypocrite. Don't come and say, oh, Mahlet, or Connect Africa, you are reporting, supporting on one hand military rulers like Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Goita, and the Niger's president, Abdurrahman Tihiyani. Why not the Madagascar one? We don't know what this means, and what we saw already in their past history doesn't seem that they have a good reputation. So not all military rules are, or not all coup d'etats are bad. There are those who are demanded by the people. So then that is actually a revolution, what we have seen in the Alliance of the Sahel States. But this one, the Gen Z didn't even know that the military is taking power. Anyway, they don't have any goal as well that has been put in place, or any centralized power. So they have no option except to accept what's happening. So this is something that time will tell. I mean, there's a lot of change as we speak as well. So I'm trying to be safe out here, so that you don't tell me, okay, you are supporting here a military ruler, and why are you so doubting about these ones? So that was it. Madagascar has, according to the World Index, in terms of corruption, out of 180, it was 140 years as well. So the challenge is that this cycle of CAPSAT bringing people to power and taking them down, this cycle could repeat itself. So that's why I titled this, is history repeating itself? Well, that was it for now. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please let us know in the comment section, what do you think of what is going on in Madagascar. African Union as well has released a statement on that saying that they are not accepting any unconstitutional government. Well, what's constitutional? It's already confusing for the sake of for Madagascar. But again, if the people support it, what are you going to do? Will you still call it unconstitutional? Well, I don't know. I mean, after all, you are going to serve the people. If the people want it, that's it. But yeah, we will see. If you are out there and happens to see this video from Connect Africa, and if you are from Madagascar or an expert in Madagascar politics and history, I would like you to contact us so that we can have you here and unpack things for us. Well, I will see you on the next one. That was it for me. Ciao, ciao.